What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your friendly neighborhood Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with a new series, and it will be called ARK INSIGHT. Now, you're probably wondering, who the stuff and heck comes up with a name like that, ARK INSIGHT? Well, as you guys know, ARK has a lot of game mechanics, and in this series, we are going to examine them. Now, first on the list, as you can see, two behemoths are behind me. We have a Paracer on the left, and we have a Bronto on the right. Or the other way around, and the Bronto's on the right and the Paracer's on the left, depending on which way you looked at it, and we just pooped. So today we'll be comparing the two, which one's better, what has better stats, what's the better one to stick a platform saddle on. Now, as you know, the Paracer is a lot smaller and a lot mobile than the Bronto, while the Bronto has a lot more health, a lot more weight, and is a lot slower. So we will be examining each and every one of them and each of their stats. So what we will be doing is we will be pumping equally stats into weight as well as movement speed, just for the purpose of this video to determine how much weight it can carry for one, and how much movement speed it is able to pick up, and even maybe into stamina as well, because they're the main three stats you want to use while obviously building a base on these guys. So you can see here the Bronto has an extremely larger amount of health. The Paracer only had 7,000, the Bronto has 16,000. However, the Paracer had 940 stamina, while the Bronto only has 840. Movement speed the same. The weight on the Paracer was 1,200, the weight on the Bronto is 2,800. So already you can see a substantial difference between the two. However, once we pump up the stats a little bit, we will be determining on which one is better. Alright, so we're just going to come into the command menu here quickly, and we're just going to chuck in the add experience command, just so we manage to give each and every one equal. And what we'll do is, we'll probably, I think 61 levels is the amount you get per level. So what we'll do is we'll chuck it equally into movement speed, weight, and stamina. And we'll come back and determine which one has the better amount. And we're back. And each dino has had their stats leveled up significantly. Each stat, stamina, weight, and movement speed has gone up by 20 levels each, respectively. And you can see here the Bronto now has 2,500 stamina, 5,100 weight, that's a lot of weight, and 150 movement speed, while our Paracer shallows in comparison to that, while our Paracer only has 2,700 stamina, 2,300 weight, and 150 movement speed. Alrighty, now the insight. So the Paracer is only able to carry 43 structures on his back, while the Bronto is able to carry 63 structures on his back. Now this excludes metal behemoth gates, turrets, behemoth walkways, piping, and all that sort of stuff. So you can still build 63 structures, however every little thing counts, including electrical wires and all that. So 63 for the Bronto, 43 for the Paracer. Now already there you're seeing a dramatic difference. That's a total of 20 different structures. With 20 different structures you could essentially build another base on the back of a Bronto. Now the movement speed test. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a co-op friend to come in, and we are going to compare the two and how fast they move. And we're back, and here we go. The final speed test is underway. And here we go. So as you can see, we're both sprinting, and it's stuck on a tree. Hold on, let's start that again. And we're back, and here we go again. And both sprinters are underway, and you can already see a dramatic difference between the Paracer, how faster it is than the Bronto. Although the Bronto is still keeping up speed with us, so, you know, it's kind of debatable what you want to go with here. But as you can see, we have currently left the Bronto behind in our tracks. Like, look how far back he is. So obviously this will make a dramatic difference in escaping a predator, such as a T-Rex or something like that, or even a Spino. You can see the difference in speed between the Paracer and the Bronto. So, you know, each stat factors into it. So after the speed, weight is also an important factor, and the Paracer has a total of 2,300 weight, while the Bronto has only, I think it was 5,000 weight, so there's a big difference. So while the Paracer was able to move faster than the Bronto has the higher weight, sorry. So now what we're going to compare is we're going to compare the harvest rate. Not that it really matters, as there is not much you really need to harvest on a Bronto. But you can see here, he's gathering about 300 thatch per tail swing and a few hundred berries. Maybe if we come to a thicket of bushes, there we go. You can see that we're gathering quite a bit of thatch and quite a bit of wood, and you know that's easily carried by him. He's not phased by it whatsoever. But if we come onto the Paracer, once we finally reach him and fly, okay, there we go. If we come onto the Paracer and come over here and harvest some thatch and wood and berries and all that sort of stuff, you can see that there's not really much of a difference in harvesting. The Bronto does have the wider range, however the Paracer is able to move a lot faster and gather a lot faster essentially. If you're not in a wide covered area of bushes, then the Paracer is definitely more better at gathering. Alrighty guys, so that's the 3 stats analyzed. The stamina obviously is a heavy part, and both dinos have plenty of it if you've leveled up the 20 levels of it. But I'm going to say that, it doesn't really matter too much. The stamina is pretty much equal, however their weight and movement speed is significantly different. So my opinion on these two is that the Paracer would better serve as a mobile kind of exploring base. So you could easily build a 43 structure base on top of the back of the Paracer and use it to freely explore the island, while the Bronto seems more of a sit in one kind of place guy. However, you really wouldn't want to do that too much because you could just build a regular base on the floor. So the Bronto, I would recommend using it for PvP, as you can build ballistas and catapults on it, and you can easily just it's a moving castle. Like, it's easily got 16,000 health. That'll last a very long time. While the Paracer is a lot more fragile with only 7,000 health. So you could easily pump a bit more health into this guy to make him a PvP Bronto, and he definitely wreck things in PvP. You could build catapults, cannons, turrets on it, everything. You'd be pretty set using the Bronto as a PvP dino. However, the Paracer would be better suited to using as a mobile base. You can easily build quite a large base on the back of this guy using foundations and roofings. So yeah, guys, that's our first ARK Insight video for today. Let me know what you guys think of it, and if you'd like to see more. If you've got any more ideas, let me know down in the comments below. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.